Fireball.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that little montage video, I'll put a link in the description above so you can go check it out. A lot of time and effort went into it, and I think it's a little underappreciated.
Yeah, what the heck?
I don't follow rules and they don't like that. I was skipping school to get my sack right. My bitch text me and asked why I don't text back. My dog got out of prison and went right back.
This got like 5 views, and they're all me. So Andrew, tell us what's going on, buddy. I haven't seen you for a while. You've been sick.
It has been a little while. For about a week straight, I've been under the weather. But we're back. And Leon's made...
Back and better than ever.
No, not better than ever. We're back and here.
Yeah.
So while I was away, Leon had a chance to make a tremendous amount of progress on all of his other projects. So let's run through them real quick.
Well, it seems how it's gonna rain. We'll look at this guy. Yeah, I think you guys remember the window falling out. So I made this new window for it. Got this nice blue tint. Works pretty good. All right, carry on. More progress coming this way. We took the engine out that was in it, and we put another engine in it. The same engine, basically. So what had happened was, the previous engine that was in it had low oil pressure, cam bearings or something were wrong, and it had a little lifter tap or whatever. So it's over here, this guy. We pulled it out with the 4L60 that was in it. Came out of a Suburban. So where's the other one? Oh, this guy. So this is the one that came out of the Miata car that we were testing. And I was going to throw it in it. Well, it looks good, right? If you look at the other side, I don't think you can't really see it.
It's a little rusty in there.
Yeah, so we were going to turn it over to get the torque converter bolts in it. And it didn't turn over. So we're like, well, that's kind of suspicious, you know? This motor was sitting in that car. And that motor was sitting in the Miata. And then that motor was sitting in here. We had to pull all of them. Had to pull the motors off the heads off the previous motor and put it on the motor out of this, and then we finally rebuilt it and slapped it in there.
I mean, fits great. Fits just like the other one did. Funny enough.
Yeah, it fits identical except for it has a belt and no huge fan. And we ended up pulling out all the core support stuff because I think probably gonna end up building something to hold it. Custom radiator again.
But you've done something like that before on a previous episode.
A previous car?
On a previous card as well.
Yes.
I guess we can always put a link for that too, if they want to go watch those episodes.
But this isn't going to be that crazy though. I'm just going to build something across from the fenders and then just hold the radiator all day. Got it in, got it wired up. Well, these wire guys got to go inside. But super easy. There's like 15 holes to choose from on the firewall to run them through, so you gotta get the throttle pedal like we did last time. You have the drive shaft from this one originally. That was a 4-speed, which turns out is the same yoke as the 4L60.
There's the 4L60.
So we're just going to end up cutting the drive shaft down like 2 inches and should be good to go.
I mean, we should do that.
Yeah. Well, I need to make sure, go under a double check.
Triple check?
Yeah, I checked it 5 times, I'm still too short. We can hook up a couple wires here. A little gangster ghetto. Because, you know, we wouldn't have it any other way. Get some of this here spray boy. It's getting very wet. And a little bit of wherever this wire went to. Oh, we're good to go.
Aggressive cam you've got in there.
Yes, boy. And headers.
It sounds
You like the headers, dude?
Yeah. Where'd you get them?
They were a gift. Someone came by and they were like, I have 2 different style headers from 2 different cars. They don't work on my car, either one of them. You can just have them. So I'm like, hey, Preston, throw those headers on there. They fit really well. Like, better than I thought.
They look very similar to the ones from the S10,
Yeah.
but they're not the same.
It's good too.
That's awesome.
I gotta move all this stuff and mount it and all that.
Where's your fuse block like mine is?
There's just a bunch of relays.
Wow,
Yeah.
easy.
Easy peasy.
I love this thing.
Cool, man. It's coming along. I didn't like it at first. Now I still don't like it.
It's so good though. The patina is so good.
Right?
And I'm sure with this light rain, once it gets evenly coated, it's gonna look.
Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to wash the top off. I bet it looks pretty good.
Maybe you could stop sanding it.
Yeah, actually it was pretty white when I first got it. White. Yeah, this video is literally just 30 minutes of you washing your car with your hand. You're not wrong. That looks pretty good.
It does. Yeah, it'd be really nice to be able to cruise in this thing before it finds its new home.
The more that I do to it, the more I want to keep it.
No!
Everything I own. I'm just gonna sell it.
You have a problem. I've never seen you keep this many cars.
Right? I'm getting old and I'm like, I need to keep all these cars, you know? What if like, what if I don't get to enjoy all these? I just sold them, you know? That's all we got going on. See you next time, guys.
So Leon, I have a question about your moderate Model A.
It's moderate. Pro moderate? But you don't like it, buddy? I put a factory style wheel on it.
I don't even know what to say, Leon.
I was going for a different look when I stumbled across a product. So what I was going to do was I was going to get like nice little wheels for it. You know, make it nice and moderate. And so we got those Mustang wheels and we bought an 8.8 for it, Aussie 8.8. And they were too close. They actually were hitting in here. The offset was way off. So I found these guys on old Facebook Marketplace. And I figured, you know what? They're correct to go on the outside there. Let's do it. They don't look any smaller. Like
No.
The camera doesn't make it look bigger.
And then it looks like you've got a little bit more of the front end put together.
Yeah, get in there. These wheels came with it in the front. Well, it turns out that the guy had them on his drag car, and two different lug patterns on the drag car, so they don't fit.
Womp womp.
Yep, they're 5x4 3/4. And I need 5x4.5. We did some adjusting on the frame. I built the frame by myself, and the body's just sitting on it, so you can see it's not exactly perfect yet. And I built this front cross member, but after I drew it up and I cut it out and put it together, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, that spring thing looks a little bit. See how it's so close, hugs the spring. So I might redo it. It's just tacked in, but the frame was actually off a little bit because I built it by myself and I didn't use a frame table or anything. So I got as close as I could for doing it by myself, and had a buddy come over and we measured it all out. I measured it X, back, and it turned out it was off by just a little bit. It was actually not off this way or anything, but it was actually just like just a tad. So I ended up cutting most of the braces loose, and I ratchet strapped it from one corner to the other and just pulled it back into place, and then I welded it, all the braces back in, so it's not moving out.
It looks like you've continued some work on the inside.
I cut the back section out.
Yeah, you cut more floor out since the last time I
And
saw
I
it.
cut the little wheel well area out
Yep, we can
because
see some slots in the back there.
it might actually I might actually not go that low, because at first I was going to make the body like 4 inches off the ground. And now looking at it with the back wheel setup and everything, I don't think I want to go that low, because then the wheel's going to be sticking over the trunk by this much.
Yeah.
If I drop the body down or whatever. So I kind of like the body being the same height or a little higher than the back wheel, because that's low enough, I suppose.
It's pretty low.
I don't know. Here's it.
And this is still stock cab height. Nothing's been chopped or removed out of here yet, so.
I mean, that's still
Yeah,
plenty of clear.
well, it's like, what, 7 or 8 inches underneath here. I mean, that's close enough to a speed bump.
Well, I could go lower. Like, but the frame. So I was going to channel it so that the body sits over the frame. I don't know. It's pretty low. I guess it depends on once the front tires are on it and it lifts it up an extra couple of inches, how high it lifts them. Because if it looks too high, then I'll chop it, or I'll channel it. I mean.
So now that we see that you're not putting the Corvette drivetrain,
I was going to. I was like that close. What happened was I looked around and I said to myself, what are you doing with your life? That was a big thing. That was a big question. And then, do I really need like a lot of huge projects, or should I just wrap up a bunch? So I started wrapping up a bunch. So yeah.
there's nothing to show and tell in the Corvette. Anyone that's
Same.
following it, yeah, don't get your hopes up with that thing. But Corey was here when you were working on your green truck, and I don't think they saw much of whatever happened to it.
To the green truck?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'll be. Yeah, let's go.
So for those of you that don't know, this truck has been 6.0 swapped. It was an original V6 automatic transmission, but still a 4L60. But it's since nice and quiet, right? It sounds like one of the pulleys is making a little bit of noise up front, but yeah, I think we're gonna go for a ride in this thing real quick. So it's pretty clean in here. Actually, it's really clean in here. Everything's nice. Otherwise, it feels just like a normal truck. It's just got a bunch of power now.
A little bit. So I don't know if it's gonna run out of gas, but we can try to go around the. Oh yeah, I didn't know if they worked. I haven't tried them yet.
Yeah, this thing gets down. It's pretty wet today, so let's not get down right now.
Yeah.
But this thing is
We can slide this corner. Let's do it. Ready? I'm kidding.
You got me. Yep. Still spinning the tires in second gear. There ain't no fuel in this thing. I wonder why.
Back in your hole.
Oh yeah. Please make it to the parking spot.
Yeah, it completely ran out of gas the other day when we were messing with it. Oh, how close am I to that Corvette? Oh, I don't care about messing up the Corvette. I just don't want to mess up the truck.
Everybody that's seen this truck in person has been like, how much you want for that truck? And the whole reason he got it was to do a quick flip and sell. Trying to do a quick flip and sell on this thing. And what'd you do?
I got it cleaned up and everything, and then I didn't post it for sale. I like it. One day, I'll need money or something.
Look how clean it is. I didn't see that before.
Yeah, boy.
I'm sure anyone can go in the previous episodes and find out that there was a pile of crap on here taller than Leon.
Well, okay, so what happened was Preston was helping me out. He was helping me out, right? And we kept looking and finding stuff on my toolbox, like, oh, we needed this. Pull it off the toolbox, and we did that like 50 times or so. And then finally I turned around and he's like throwing stuff over here. He's like, harnesses. Oh, hey. Oh. So we're in the middle.
Oh, the red blue, right?
Huh?
You found the red blue ECUs?
I found the ECU somewhere. I don't know where he put that. Anyway. So we had a full set of spark plug wires on the engine that came out of the 57, right? Next thing I know, we have heads off and this and that, and we're like looking for the spark plug wires to put on the next engine. I'm like, what the heck? We have 4 spark plug wires. Can't find the other 4.
8 LSs laying around.
Couldn't find any. Looking from one side of the shop to the other. He's even trying to steal the ones I'm trying to use for the Model A. I'm like, no. So anyways, after we cleaned, somehow found like 50. Like this thing is full. These are all spark plug wires.
Wow, look at that patina.
It's nice. I do enjoy it. So I gotta steal the bumper off of it.
No! No!
I gotta steal part of the bumper off of it.
Which part?
The ends.
What, the little mustache pieces?
These guys.
Oh.
Because they're nicer than what I have for this car.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the ones from this car and put it on the wagon. It just adds to the patina, you know, it's fine. That's about it. You know, this is just a update video on, things that need to be updated.
Do you have a plan for this thing, motor-wise?
Either 6.0 or 6.2, because I have.
Couple.
I have the LSA, and I have the 6.0, or we could steal the 6.2 out of the Corvette with the Pro Charger. And then for transmissions, I have either the 4-speed, the 5-speed, or the 6-speed that we could put in it. I'm thinking the 6-speed, but I'm not sure the length.
Where it's going to end up if you're going to be shifting behind you.
The motor's pretty close to the firewall, so I don't want the shifter like
Behind you.
way back here. The 4-speed's pretty short and the 5-speed's just big. So,
I mean, that old school 4-speed would be pretty cool,
right?
but what's it going to take?
Oh, eating until it breaks. What motor, what trans? I got an 8.8 out of an Explorer. I think it's probably around a 330 something gear is what factory is.
And you're not considering?
I'm sure I'm wrong and I'll be corrected, but
You're not considering that aluminum 5.3?
no, that's not enough power for this thing. Well, because, okay, so at first it was gonna just get some regular street tires on the back and it would have been fine. Well, but, can't leave well enough alone. So now I feel like it's gotta pull wheelies or something, I don't know.
With that weight transfer, it shouldn't be too difficult. If you hook and don't brake, yeah, I don't see why not.
Maybe we should do auto.
No.
Get up on the trans brake and flip it over.
Yeah, that'd be a shame.
Power plant.
Just 2 speeds.
Fast.
Reliable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We done? We done here? We done?
I wanted to look at their cheap LEDs.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. There's light, so you can't complain again. Yeah, so look at that. You can see the front. So, Andrew, what did we do today?
So, as you guys can probably tell, we hooked up this LED strip that Leon had purchased previously. Kind of just held it underneath the hood before when we need it, but a bunch of you guys and girls complained that there wasn't enough light at the shop. So we put that up as a start. We'll probably add a couple more, considering it really wasn't that difficult, and it makes a world of light difference.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Because all this was darkness before. I mean, I guess we could show them. Yeah, it's quite a bit different. I mean, we can't see any of the subtleties inside the car now. Go ahead, turn it back on. Oh yeah, beautiful.
Nice.
A very good improvement. Also, we can see in the back now. Why don't you do that one too? Obviously, with light and without. So we were crawling around back there, struggling to find things, and I mean, at least it's cleaned up a lot better now, so it's easier to navigate, but
Yeah.
before it was pretty bad searching.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. It's good. we dismantled our chicken coop earlier.
Oh yeah, should show that. Obviously the top of these Model A's has chicken wire, and then they put their like leather wrap on top of it. So now it's down to just the wood. We took out all the extra screws, nails, and staples. You want to tell them that you picked out a top?
We picked out a top. Fancy color too.
It is.
Have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's pretty radical. I think it's going to be very, very nice.
Yeah, so what the plan is we're going to, because I don't work with wood, and Andrew does, we're going to sand this down lightly, right?
Mm-hmm. We're going to sand the whole thing down.
And then we're going to stain it.
Yep.
Because I really like the wood supports. My first thought was originally to put a metal top on, because they sell them for like $600. You can just weld on the new roof. But I have become very happy with this top. I don't know why. I just like it.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead, refinish it, make it strong again. We don't really need to replace the hardware that's left in it. I don't see a reason to.
You could probably clean it up and clear coat it.
Yep.
Leave it all metal finish. That'd be cool.
So then we're going to cut out a steel or aluminum roof piece to cover this. Then we're going to wrap that and pleat it to give it a little bit of a texture, I think. And then obviously you guys will see that on a future episode of Leon's Garage Adventures.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us here at Leon's Garage Adventures, where we have adventures, and we don't show you anything exciting. We just show you the progress of it. And then when we're making progress, we don't film any of it, so.
You're gonna have to fix that.
I know, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yep. See you next time.